but it doesn't make sense at all. Then the microphone on the wall. I'm upside down, singing down the hall. So down, raindrops on the window. I'm dreaming, but it doesn't make sense at all. Then the microphone on the wall. I'm upside down, singing down the hall. So down, so down. I'm dreaming, I'm dreaming. So down, so down. Slow down, raindrops on the window. I'm dreaming, but it doesn't make sense at all. Then the microphone on the wall. I'm upside down, singing down the hall. Slow down, raindrops on the window. I'm dreaming, but it doesn't make sense at all. Then the microphone on the wall. I'm upside down, singing down the hall.
Helps to turn my microphone on. So I'm trying to be normal right now because like I opened up Twitter long enough to post a going live message, and the very first thing that I saw was that Lynn Stewart passed. Who and I don't have any Miss Yvonne stuff right here, but Charlie's mom from Always Sunny, and Miss Yvonne from Pee-wee's Playhouse, and now I am sad. And yeah. Oh, thank you for the ad break warning. Sorry about. I have Charlie in my lap though, so it'll make everything better. Charlie in my lap. I've got a boba. Charlie doesn't want to be in my lap. Goodbye, Charlie. But anywho, happy Saturday. hopefully... Oh, there's an update for the Roottrees are dead. I guess we'll go ahead and run that real quick. Oh my goodness, hopefully we can actually finish the dang thing today. I don't feel like my desk is set up at all, so hold on. Hold the freaking phone. This is why I don't stream after work on Saturdays. I'm never prepared. But I hope that everyone's having a good day. Thank you, Saribot. I hope you're having a good day. Oh my goodness. Okay, now I sit down at my desk and I'm just like, consider yawning, consider being tired. Okay. I'm all cozy. We've updated the Roottrees. Let's solve this dang mystery. I don't know why my laptop continues to think that I would like to use Microsoft Teams because I don't want to. I really don't. I have no use for that. All right. Oh my goodness. All right, we got game. We got the game here. Oh, gotta find the game. Got our jazz. Okay, who remembers what we were doing? Because I don't. Okay, so let's start with our partial explanation and catch back up on everything. No joke, I have been sitting with this for when's the last time we played? 2 weeks ago? I think so. I've been sitting with this for 2 weeks, and where last time it was like I'd taken like a week off from it, but I was able to come back and be like, okay, here's the thing I forgot to look up. And we went from there, and it was like, everything was kind of boom, 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 boom. I've sat with this for 2 weeks, rattling around in my head. I've got nothing. And you know, it's that whole thing of like, oh, well, you work through problems like passively, and your brain's always working on them, and sometimes you just shouldn't focus on them. I have been not focusing on this game for, again, literally 2 weeks. And it's not enough. I have pondered this game in the throes of a cold, and it wasn't enough. So let's see if this will refresh us any. The Roottrees sisters and their parents died in a plane crash on December 6, 1998. The next evening, a shadowy figure appeared at your door and said the lawyers were looking to sort out the family tree. After a quick test, the figure gave you access to some resources. This included a list of notable Roottrees who said they would be the easiest family members to place. After some time, they returned with new resources. A photo of Carl's generation taken in the mid to late 70s, as well as some papers and mail from his office. Before they called you, you heard a report on WRTD radio that seemed important to your investigation. The newscaster mentioned you could search online for WRTD. Instead of returning, the person who hired you called you on the phone. They claimed that they were a Roottree. The next time they returned, they gave you a partial explanation. They hired you to help verify their personal account of the family's history. All that's left to do is finish the family tree and find what's in the locked space, which they said was personal to them. Okay. And I think this is... Let's see. I think this is the only thing that still has residual evidence on it. Yes. Everything else, I don't know how this doodle of samurai and a door with weird perspective and an old phone and a radio have 6 pieces of information that we're missing. But apparently it does. And what have we got for our family tree? Or what is still missing from our family tree? So all of that's locked in. There's a couple spouses that we don't know about. Okay, so Chris Rafferty's still very unknown. Okay, and that's right, because we found the mention of Bethany like winning something in a science fair. But we couldn't find anything about the science fair. So we've done it once before. I think that the best solution right now is going to be to just click through all of these, skim them really quick, and see if anything jumps out as like... we somehow overlooked it. And I'm hoping if I have just a page dedicated to things to highlight, that everything we've taken notes on so far, I can just kind of do like a big dump of it and have all of the really important things highlighted. OMG, hi Galfax, hello. Congrats on 3rd. You are a villain. Oh, that's a nice button. Okay, what a nice update. How considerate. How's your Saturday, Galfax? How are birdies? Lamau, hello. Congrats on 1st. It's been a day. Oh, bestie. I'm sorry it's been a day, but I do feel you. But at least you got to have Bergie. Okay. Did we find out anything about Jane Eyre? Was this... No. Can we find out anything about Charlotte Bronte? Where's my hi? Oh, Delia, hello. I see, I was like, I said hi to Lamel. Hi, Delia. Hello, happy Saturday. Thanks for being here to... I forgore. Hi, Roman. I'm not gonna lie, Fax Gal sort of looked like a slur at first. Huh? We're choosing violence against Roman. So, y'all came in with the really exciting part, which is the bit where I am just going through everything we've already searched because I I ended the last playthrough of the Roottrees Are Dead at like a total standstill. I made so much headway, and then I was like, I got nothing. Oh no. So I'm once again going through all of my resources and trying to find out anything that I maybe missed. So this is like the really boring stuff. Sorry that you came in when you did. Can I highlight Carl again? No. God, I'm gonna look at this and be like, who the fuck is Brenda White? Hellafly. So probably nothing that's from the library. Like anything from the library or periodicals will probably not be of much use to me. Can you search for peanuts? Nothing relevant to the investigation was found for peanuts. I am sorry. Don't say I didn't try. Wow, everybody's just choosing violence tonight. My goodness. Why is Lamau being mean to me? I don't know. What'd you do to Lamau? Oh dear. Lamau's just feeling punchy. Just violent by nature. You got a new phone and suddenly you're just like, I'm ready to fight. My attitude's what broke my old phone. Oof. Said too many mean words. Okay. Nothing more there. Okay, Mr. Red Herring does not need to make it onto my list of weird chains trying to suss this out. But we're going to make sure that Beef Baby is a part of our ongoing... I think what? We didn't get anything out of searching for Conquistador before, right? Yeah. Was there nothing in Spider Search when it came to... Okay, and that yields... just yields him. We didn't have anything about Marilyn Monroe. Is she a part of this? Is John F. Kennedy involved in all of this? Brucey baby. At least the soundtrack totally owns. Did you say JFK was in this? No, I was saying that maybe he was. If there was, if we were able to start tracing a path from Marilyn Monroe, then there was a chance that, JFK would be in this. Okay, are we sure this doesn't yield anything? Okay. Is there anything else missed here? Jeez, I feel like I've managed to completely not hit anything to do with Elias or the candy company with this, and that seems wrong. Okay, let's see. Oh, because this is, right. Because that's also the magazine, not just Googling him. Whole lot of allegedlys. Okay, now we're sort of, blood is thicker than syrup. I'm using that for my, way to get back to Elias's page. Okay, so we have the root tree curse. Did we see this before about the Mayan ruby skull? Symbol of death, the alleged proofs a blurry photo of a reddish shape that's supposedly a cave painting from South America. According to legend, discovered beneath the painting were bones from hundreds of different people and animals. One site also mentions that the photographer who took the picture died when their boat capsized after crashing into a skull-shaped rock. Amongst the spinning skull gifts, you find no sources or verifiable details to back up any photos or claims. To you, the blurry photo looks more like an egg than a skull. Let me print this out! Can we look up the time cubes? Oh, nope. I didn't actually want to highlight the time cubes. I would just like to search for the time cubes, please. Nothing relevant. Wait. You begin to read this site and come to the conclusion that the words "no relevant results" isn't a strong enough description for what you're seeing here. It's a massive column of technical terms that aren't real and confusing rants you can't find any meaning in. Regardless, it won't help with your search. Thank you. I'm so grateful that searching for time cube actually yielded something. Okay, so we have Operation RT-29. That, we do have RT-29 in our results. Do we know who? Oh, we have looked up Thomas Overwood before because I do remember. Multiply any stock's price by 666, then also multiply the current year by that same stock's price, then add those two numbers together and divide the entire total by the stock price, and finally subtract the current year. You'll always end up with 666. Great. That's... But, okay, we did get results Googling the XX Dazzler XX. What happens if we Google this Chris Raff email? Oh, hey. Was this what I was missing? You find a simple page called The Art of Rafferty, copyright 1997 on Prodigy. Oh, excuse me. That lists the author's email address as chrisraff75@prodigy.us. Below a bunch of gifts that say, "Under construction," there are a few art pieces. The first is a painting captioned, "Me and my fiancée, Lulu." A painting I did for my first year of college that I plan to give her when we get married in May. Go Tartans! There is an odd collage called Cousins, which seems to be made up of 3 scrambled images. The accompanying artist statement says, "We had to create a piece of art about our family. I asked as many of my extended family of cousins for their pictures as I could, even some I've never met. Only a few of them got back to me, and my teacher said I wasn't allowed to use pictures of Raina, Riley, or Rose. So I had to get creative and use only my third cousins." Oh god, what is the third cousin again? Share the same great-great-grandparents. Okay. This includes Davy. He swims for Yukon. Bethany's your... Is this... Oh, shit. This is probably everything we're missing. Chris's artwork has been added to your evidence, but the cousins' photos will need to be unscrambled before you can use them. You've downloaded a new application, Pixpop, to edit the photos. A third cousin is when you have 3 cousins. The first 2 are cousins, but the third one is a third cousin. Ah. Thanks, bestie. But what happens if you have more than 3 cousins? I swear that I searched for Chris Rafferty. Like, you have to kill the rest. Oh. I swear, when I was going through all of these names, that I definitely looked up Chris Rafferty, but I may be mistaken. Okay, so let's see. If we go back here for a second. So Davy is the elder of the two, and he is in college. Bethany's the younger. It's the one photo of Stephanie. He's what? He's an artist, I guess. This art piece was found on the portfolio of college student Chris Rafferty. It was referred to as self-portrait of me and my fiancée, Lulu. So maybe not artist, maybe college student? This is still haunting us, huh? Cool. Love that. A bifurcation. Oh, dichotomy. Bifurcation. This is Chris Rafferty's cousin's art project. It is said to include pictures of Davy, he swims for Yukon, Bethany's yearbook picture, Davy's younger sister, and Stephanie, who is an only child. Okay. So there's one. Two. Okay, so that would be Stephanie because there was the yearbook photo. Hey, what? No, I don't think so. Actually, you know what? No. No, we don't need to do this. This is wholly unnecessary, you know? Oh, this sucks. I hate this. Okay, will it start over? No, I have to live with my mistakes. Are you shitting me? Oh boy, it's like lake ice all over again. I don't know if it's necessarily like lake ice, since there was no sliding involved with the lake ice, but it is like plenty of other Nancy puzzles we have done in the past. Honestly, I feel like this one is a little bit more forgiving, simply because it's on this grid. Oh, hello. It's okay, Ducky. I'm so glad that you can tell that I'm already in a bad way. Thanks for looking out. Oh, wrong way, wrong way. This, you know what this feels more like than lake ice is it feels like the sliding puzzle in Blackmore Manor. Oh, okay. We apparently have everything that we need from a partial explanation. Bethany, who is also a student. Yay! Oh my goodness! Okay. Yay!
To my genealogy genie. If you're reading this, it means you've locked in 49 blood relatives. Congratulations. I knew you could do it. There are 2 more entries on the family tree I'd like you to consider. These last 2 are optional. You can summon me whenever you wish. However, this will end your search and reveal the truth. So make sure you're ready.
Okay. It sure is. It's... and sorry, bestie, what does that stand for again? So obviously... And... Oh, shadowy figure I'd like to frick. Well, frick. So what do we have from Lauren's diaries? Oh, hi Cody. How's it going? Well, he didn't miss her. We didn't see her, the shadowy figure. Okay, so that's John. I sensed her. You missed her sultry tones. It's true. That you did. What we didn't have... Yeah, we didn't have Eloise's last name. So I think if we just know that it's John, that's probably enough. Where is... EC. She's the daughter of Patricia Christensen. Did we have anything about Christensen metal or Christensen steel? Wasn't he Anakin? I don't know. Did he tell us anything about sand being coarse and getting everywhere? I'm bravely at work now. Please clap. Oh, John Miller. I'm clapping my cheeks for you. Oh, what support. Ask not for whom the cheeks clap, for they clap for thee. So what is... Is this the inconsistency it's talking about? Are these... It's so hard to tell. Let's see. Because there's the mention of the... I think Home Safety Hotline would be a good Mystery Monday game for deers. I think Home Safety Hotline is going to be too scary for deers. Because, okay, so there was mention of mail being... Oh, sorry. Sorry if y'all got bonked. But there was mention of mail being sent for an Edward Clancy. And if there's the diary entry about anger and saying, your dad is my dad. Are these men identical twins? And these fucking idiots at the top of the tree named their children Edward Clancy and Clancy Edward. And then your dad is my dad too. Stop. Oh, that's not how these are structured. Like, this seems absolutely ludicrous. Oh, that was a John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt reference? Oh. Yeah, see, I just thought that you were trying to say that you would, you and Cody are also my daddies now. Okay. I don't know if this is right, but there's so much messed up with this family tree that I don't have to be your daddy. I can be your cool uncle. Oh, thank you. But yeah, there's so much that is messed up with this family tree that it honestly wouldn't surprise me in the slightest if these absolute just wild 1900s freaks were like, yeah, let's name our identical twins basically the same thing. This is as good as I got. So let's find out. Cody, Galfax, are you ready to see your favorite shadowy figure? Because I think she's going to be back. Yeah, I'm ready. None? Booyah.
So, you thought EC was Edward Clancy Roottrees, and his partner was John Miller?
Yeah.
That's exactly what I needed to hear. I'm Sam Madsen, though you know me as Samantha Roottrees. Yep, I got old. The only picture you have of me is from 40 years ago.
I can't believe that we actually got that right.
My book tells the truth about Elias, the 5 pieces, and my parents. Not my biological parents, Elias Jr. and Patsy. My fathers, Edward Clancy Roottrees and John Miller. By now, you've either read Lauren's diaries, or you're just an incredible guesser.
2 things can be true.
Lauren was right. I hated the 5 pieces. She just didn't know my full reasoning. My father, Edward Clancy, was a great man, but his identical twin Clancy and his father, Elias, were not. At age 16, my father was caught kissing a farmhand. Back then, they wouldn't even acknowledge gay people existed. Having one in the family was unthinkable. The same year, I was born. A bastard granddaughter. 2 stains on Elias's perfect family. He decided to fix both. They tried to erase Edward Clancy. They even removed his 5 pieces flavor. His name was deemed a dirty word. He became EC.
Oh man. Egg cream was one of the flavors? Damn. Gay mystery. A gistery.
We were sent to the farm, and the 5 pieces did their best to keep the next generation away, to isolate me from family. But Elias couldn't erase us from existence. Laura never realized I was the little girl from her diary. Who could blame me for being so confused that day? Her father was an exact copy of mine, except without the beard. And while the 5 pieces celebrated a new factory, farmhands did the real work.
I miss when she was shadowy. Oh, I'm sorry, bestie.
It's a fluke there's a picture of my father at all. But there he is in the background. The 6th 5-piece. Patsy returned, and things got complicated for Elias. She fought for my freedom, from a life she deemed unworthy.
Oh, I didn't actually go back to that. How awful it is that such beauty was ripped from its rightful fate and worse, sent to live in possession of your brother's twisted twin, an outcast forced to live a life of labor under a wicked relative. Oh shit, yeah, I had, when I had pulled up the Christensen Steel, and it had made mention of steamy correspondence, I had meant to actually go back to this, and I guess that would have helped corroborate for sure that this was in fact an identical twin thing, but holy shit.
Elias relented, so long as I never learned the truth or receive inheritance. They knew I'd help my father. At Elias's will reading, I learned part of the truth. The rest I learned at home. I began to hate the 5 pieces. My father made me stay silent. He was worried history would repeat, and that his grandchildren would become outcasts. His fears weren't unfounded. As you know, my son Ernie died a few years ago. He had trained to take over as president. But due to family politics, or perhaps hubris, it went to Guy, a real Roottrees. He nearly ruined the company. When Ernie took over, he saved the operation. Over 13 years, he made the family billions. Ernie earned about $36. They got by on Debbie's salary, but when he fell ill, he couldn't pay his medical bills. His death was my tipping point. Originally, my book was meant to expose Elias's hypocrisy. Until I started to look into the other dirty laundry. Ron tried to have Robbie removed from the trust, but couldn't. Robbie was a blood relative, even out of wedlock.
Oh, wow. That didn't click for me of Gwen divorcing Wild Bill just before she had her second. So yeah, I suppose arguably that would make him a bastard as well. Huh. Oh, that's so interesting.
That sounded familiar. The Clancid Trust that Elias established was designed to secure his family's future. His entire family's future. He couldn't write exceptions in without the whole thing falling apart. My book can definitively prove that Elias was not the paragon of virtue he's heralded as.
Hi, Cat Bat. Happy weekend. Happy undie run in the neighborhood. We are just wrapping. Well, we're finishing up with this portion of the Roottrees, but then we have Roottree Mania after this. But oh boy, have we dug up just such dirt.
And that my daughter and granddaughters are just as much family, at least in the eyes of the Trust, as anyone else. The Clancid Trust will secure their future. They can decide what to do with their shares. But I'm old, and I'm not in it for the money. The truth has been eating away at me for years, but now I can set the record straight, thanks to you.
I will say pretty early on, like, I think as soon as we had that one, it was so funny, all of the chilly looking half naked people walking around. Yeah, I could never. But I will say I had a pretty strong inkling pretty early on that this would be Sam. Like, by the time we had that first photo confirmed, or that one photo of her confirmed, I was like, God, that silhouette, that style of hair looked really uncanny when compared against the one photo we had of Samantha.
As someone who enjoys searching for the truth, you might understand the power it has. Whitewashing the past to protect the status quo can lead to repercussions in the present and future.
Ain't that the truth? It's a fundraiser walk thing. Yeah. I have to imagine probably in your area too that they've got like the polar bear plunge and stuff, and that's always the thing that I'm like, I admire what you're doing for a polar bear plunge, but oh my God, I could never.
So thank you. You knocked it out of the park. With your expert work, the truth will come to light. And when it does, my share of the Clancid Trust is yours. Like I said at the beginning,
I bet you could do
set
anything.
for life.
No. My circulation is bad enough as is. I don't need to plunge like a polar bear.
Looking at the family tree on your wall, now with my father's, everything finally feels complete. Unless a whole lot more Roottrees somehow appear from thin air, this is the last time I'll come knocking. Thanks again, and so long.
And thanks for all the fish. Bye, Samantha. Thanks to your hard work, Sam Madsen's book was published. It received mixed reviews. Life went on, and a new president took over the company. The Roottree family faded from the news cycle. And then, everything changed. Oh my God. There's another mystery to solve. Roottree Mania is now unlocked as a new game. So long, thanks for all the fish. I mean, I assumed. Okay. Well, let's get started on Roottrees Mania. Hi, a secret Roottrees. Guess what? I think you're a secret Roottrees too. Find out what happens to the infamous family in a whole new mystery. Hell yeah. This family really is addicted to drama. We're all secret Roottrees. Not the baby onesie. I don't think it's a baby onesie. This looks too much like a shirt crease, but I don't know. Roottrees Mania will spoil unlocked content. Make sure you've tied up any loose ends before starting. Oh, baby. That family tree is so locked in. Okay. Holy shit. Hi, Sam. Oh, you're not Sam.
Hi, I'm Clark. Probably not who you expected to be, not.
No.
But life's funny sometimes. You've done well staying anonymous. It took us a while to track you down.
Oh god, they're gonna kill me.
A lot has happened in the last year. Far too much of it public. But there's stuff going on behind the scenes, too. I never wanted to be president. I'm not great with stress. With my mother's deteriorating
Wait. Which one is Clark? Oh, shit, you're Lauren's son.
I'm sorry, I'm rambling. I'm not here for sympathy. I'm here because part of the fallout of Sam's book is that everyone's coming out of the woodwork. Now that it's public knowledge that Clanson Trust covers any Roottrees despite their history with us, a lot of potential cousins have surfaced. You may have seen that man on the cover of News Time. It was a disaster for us. And then Miracle went and made it all about himself.
Yeah, it seems like that's kind of what the miracles do.
The long and short of it is a lot of potential cousins just showed up. Sam's helping some of them, but she's not really going about it the right way. And she's not taking calls from anyone in the family. I let it slip through a mutual friend that I found you, and I was stopping in.
It's like an actual... I assume you mean tree, not free. But no, it is not a family of Habsburgs here. Yeah, look, they have chins. So they can't be. At least as, like, the most egregious thing that we found, was actually this guy, this motherfucker right here, that he broke things off with his second wife because he was caught sleeping with her younger sister, and then they got married. Like, that's the most egregious thing on this really messy family tree.
It's manipulative, but I'm hoping she'll reach out to you. You can let her know I'm on her side. In the meantime, if you're willing, I can share our files with you. Pass them along to Sam if she reaches out. I'm genuinely hoping she'll realize I'm an ally.
Okay, like, that's a drama. Yeah, exactly.
Feel free to do your own research. I've been told you enjoy things like this. To each their own.
Oh, buddy, I love falling down a spider search rabbit hole. Do not underestimate me. Okay. Possible infidelity 3. Hold on. Okay, so we've got, like, photos of them from a year later. Oh boy, okay. So, let's see. So here we are. Okay, so we have possible infidelity 1 in 1921. Okay. Oh, this person is also on the original tree. Infidelity. You know. So, oh, okay. Oh my god, we have a John Doe on our family tree. Oh god. Holy shit. Possible infidelity 2 with the person on the tree. Infidelity with the and a divorce. We've got another top secret envelope. You can open this envelope after the whole family tree has been filled in. You'll have to be extra sleuthy this time around to deduce the truth. Oh, extra sleuthy. Like, that's my middle name. Pay close attention to what you find and be sure to look into loose ends. Holy shit! Oh boy. Who is this messy bitch? This game is telling you to be sure to Nancy all of your Drews. Oh my god, you are absolutely right. But look at this. Okay, so we have possible infidelity. This family be F wording for sure. Okay, so let's see. We had possible infidelity 1 in 1921, possible infidelity 2 in 1949, possible infidelity 3, 1975 to 1982, with the first affair, second, third, fourth, to the final affair, with family tree update. $1998. Ooh, Woodstock era infidelity too. Yeah. Like, what is this family? Fleetwood Mac? I have a sneaking suspicion that this will probably be Chris and Louisa, and that they've had a kid at this point. That was a good joke. Aw, thanks, Cat Pat. Okay, let's see. Previously on, the Roottrees are dead. This is a new investigation with a new focus, after many months of newfound interest in the Roottrees. It is recommended you try to catch up with some of what happened since last time. Some web searches may yield new or different results, and some books and magazines from your previous investigation may be relevant to your new one. It's also a much more widespread search. The list of first and last names you can choose from will contain red herrings. Great. Not all of them will be used. Below is a reminder of some of the most notable beats of your initial dive into the Roottrees family tree. All evidence from before is still available, and for your convenience, any searches that do not lead to new information still function as they did during your first investigation. The Roottrees Candy Company was founded by Elias and Gwyneth many years ago. The entire family has a financial reliance on the health of that company. Most of the action took place in or around Butler County, Pennsylvania, where the company was initially located. Elias, Carl, and Raina were on the cover of magazines. Other notable Roottrees, such as Lauren Roottrees, Miracle Roottrees, and Jim Roottrees, had physical media such as record albums, books, and movies associated with them. Lauren's 2 diaries were probably the most useful resources overall, mentioning many of her relatives directly. Fleetwood Roottrees. Oh my god, we've cracked it. The 5 pieces, Elias's children, could be identified based on the initials of the original candy flavors. There were 5 presidents of the Roottrees Company. Many were featured in periodicals. Caroline Morden, Stephanie Jones, and Brian Jones were featured in campaign posters and led to Caroline's art book, which enabled you to fill out more of the tree. Many of the younger Roottrees were found by following a complex rabbit hole through a conspiracy site that led to finding a searchable web address for Chris Rafferty, Lauren's grandson. Chris Raff, 75. November Roottrees was really difficult to place. Her occupation could only be found via Brian Jones's company website. Ronald and his brother Robert Roottrees go by Ron and Robbie. Both worked on a TV show called Brother Trouble until Robbie embezzled money and fled to Paris. Ron unsuccessfully tried to have Robbie removed from the Clancy Trust. Sam and her father were cryptically mentioned in a book about historical letters. There were also a few dead ends and red herrings. Aloysius Herring Roottrees, who claimed he was a Roottrees, was not. Family Man, a book about Elias Roottrees, turned out to be propaganda and not useful. We also didn't get a whole lot out of Family Man. That was a really... side note off topic completely. The SNL commercials are crazy. Are they? I have not been paying attention. They did commercials for everything. God, I'd believe it. I can't believe how much hype there is about it. Lauren's other books, historical romance novels, were not very useful on their own, though could lead to other information. Caroline Morton's sculptures were not useful. 50th anniversary, so they're going hand with the marketing budget. Yeah. Okay, notable events. 6 pieces. The Roottrees Rift. Clark Rafferty LaRue. 5 Ps. Go Piss Girl. Roottrees Mania. Anonymom. Isn't that, a character in Bob's Burgers? Who is a man and not a mother? Today is August 3rd, 1999. It has been 8 months since you helped Sam Madsen with the research necessary for her book. Sam was true to her word and paid you an incredibly large sum of money. She never mentioned you by name, however, so you've managed to keep a low profile. The Roottrees, on the other hand, have not. Below is a summary of notable events since the book's release, though you can refresh your memory in full detail by searching online. 6 pieces. Sam Madsen's book about Elias Roottree was released in February. It was a bestseller for a few months. At the time, Carl had not yet been replaced. The Roottrees Rift. Also, I think it's less of a go piss girl. Every time I see this, I think about the Tumblr post. How the fuck are my fucking sweeties peas? Which, if you follow me on Tumblr, sorry, I'm gonna reblog it every time I see it. The Roottrees Rift. In March, the Roottrees company stumbled publicly as they attempted to respond to the book's release, with multiple conflicting press releases and a clear lack of leadership. Clark Rafferty LaRue. Clark was announced as the permanent successor to Carl Roottrees and welcomed Sam Madsen to the family officially. The company hired an outside legal group to handle the changes to the Clancy Trust. This included any other new questions of lineage. 5 Ps. After this announcement, there was a rash of different people claiming to be Roottrees, mostly dismissed as opportunists and scammers. The highest profile of these, by a wide margin, was a rapper named Felix Fellows, who changed his moniker to 5 Ps as a publicity move at the same time. 5 Ps is the only notable person on the updated tree. Roottrees Mania. In another high-profile misstep, Miracle Roottrees publicly and vehemently denied that 5 Ps was a Roottrees. The Roottrees legal team then offered to do a DNA test to get 5 Ps to drop his claim, and in a moment that caught what seemed the entire world by storm, the test proved he was a Roottrees. Suddenly, the world was obsessed with the Roottrees. Anonymom and Jane Doe Roottrees. In July, an anonymous woman, whom the press began to refer to as Anonymom, appeared in interviews with her face and voice disguised. She claimed that an affair with a Roottrees led to the birth of her daughter, aka Jane Doe Roottrees. If true, this would make her daughter yet another secret Roottrees, and therefore entitled to a share of the Clancy Trust. Nobody knew it at the time, but this would turn out to be the last chapter of the Roottrees Mania saga. As more and more... See, I keep waiting. I'm going to call this right now. I really continue to wait to find out that the super big reveal, especially with the mention of this Jane Doe Roottrees, I am waiting to find out that us, the detective playable character, that we are in fact a Roottrees as well. That there's a lot more that isn't being said, and this really, I'm highly suspicious of this. As more and more of Anonymom's story came out, people began to notice how much it echoed 5 Ps in nearly every significant way. The court of public opinion began to turn. Confirming the world's suspicions, the DNA test, orchestrated by lawyers on both sides, proved that her daughter was not a Roottrees. This final event caused public disappointment, smugness from doubters, and countless accusations of the entire ordeal being an elaborate hoax or attempt at fraud. Things got a bit ugly, and the fun of Roottrees mania seemed to disappear overnight. Now, a month later, it feels like a distant memory. Okay, well, just because that got debunked does not mean that my theory isn't continuing. I continue to be suspicious that our role as computer sleuth extraordinaire is not completely devoid of familial ties. Today, August 3rd, 1999, there was a knock at your door. Clark Rafferty LaRue, the current president of the Roottrees Candy Company, explained that multiple people have come out of the woodwork to claim to be Roottrees. He's been trying to work with Sam, but she has not answered his calls. He also handed you a letter he said you could share with Sam that said the following. To both of you. The company I hired to help us with the Clansid Trust is busy pouring through the entire family's history, as well as people they may have had contact with. That said, the family is not particularly happy with this, and are doing their best to slow things down. Many of them are actively avoiding our interviews. Every time there's a high-profile public case, it causes headaches. So please, I don't mind if you do your research, but I ask that you stop going to the press. Instead, we have a highly trained team of lawyers to back you up. We're ready and willing to verify anyone and everyone you believe could be realistically part of a relationship that led to the birth of a new root tree. Just tell us who to investigate by filling in the new sections of the tree, and we'll take the time to handle verifying that the timeline checks out. But keep in mind why we're here. If someone didn't have a child, or has already been disqualified by our lawyers, like in the case of the girl with the negative DNA test, there won't be a place for them on the tree. We're not just looking for affairs and infidelities, we're only looking for the ones that led to potential new root trees. Some spots in the new section will be marked with a tree icon. Those areas are reserved for members of the original family tree you filled in 8 months ago. Just like last time, be sure to use birth names for everyone you add. Married names or nicknames won't be enough. To start sorting out the infidelities, I recommend you turn your eyes to the men in positions of power. I'd love to say that's only because it would have been a lot harder for the women to hide 9 months of pregnancy and birth without the family noticing. But I can't. I'll be blunt. I'm no stranger to infidelity. Yeah, we know, Clark. I wish I could claim that I was a perfect husband, but you've seen the family tree, so why pretend? Some of us learned how to wield our family name and fortune to our benefit. Consequences be damned. I can't change the past or unhurt those whose I betrayed. Instead, all I can do is be honest with myself and to you, refuse to make any more mistakes, and do my best to sort out the various messes we've left behind. So please, fill in the tree, and together we can figure out how to make amends. Good luck, and thank you both. Clark. Okay. Christ, I don't even know where to begin here. Thanks for upgrading your Cashew PC to Nut OS 1.1. Nut. Oh, Cody, don't look. This upgrade includes thousands of bug fixes and enhancements. Your system should be more stable and smooth to operate. Here are some highlights. Your computer is now ready for Y2K. We recommend shutting it down on New Year's Eve just in case. File names can now be up to 20 characters long. That should be enough for everyone. Putting a CD in the drive upside down will no longer heat the plastic to dangerous temperatures. We no longer prompt you to replace the printer ink when it's still 50% full. I call bullshit on that. Thank you, Nut OS. Yeah, they're watching out for you in the case of Y2K. I do not believe for a second that they're gonna not is it what, 75% full that you'll say replace the printer ink? I work with printers enough in my day job. They still pull this shit. As always, remember, Cashew PCs are delicious. Cashew PCs are not safe for human consumption. Any computer parts eaten are done at your own volition, and you assume the risk. The Cashew PC Corporation cannot be held liable for any so-called incidents of computer poisoning. Okay, so why did I get the inkling that we're gonna probably have to do more Pix Pop? I'm so glad that I put dial-up internet noise in my tags for today. New system coming fall 1999. Damn, we still just missed it. Okay, so we have all of our periodicals that we've previously unlocked. Helpful. None history. Welcome to your notepad. On each page, other than this one, Y2 gay, you can jot down important information such as names, family relationships, marital data, sibling count, or anything else you'd like to remember. None history left be. Page titles can be renamed to make it easier to remember what you've written on each one. Highlight any text in your web browser or evidence for the quick option to add it to your notes. The entire contents of your notepad are saved even when you quit the game. Don't forget to check them when you return. Family reminders, siblings, often referred to as brothers or sisters, people that share the same parents, cousins, sometimes referred to as first cousins, people that share the same grandparents but not the same parents, second cousins, sometimes referred to as distant cousins, people that share the same great-grandparents but not the same grandparents, third cousins. Could also sometimes be referred to as distant cousins, people that share the same great-great-grandparents but not the same great-grandparents. American school terms. K-12 stands for kindergarten through 12th grade. This includes all schooling from ages 5 to 18. Schools produce yearbooks, which are albums of staged photos of the parents, typically with solid color or cloudy backgrounds. Oh, I love that we needed to clarify that. Alright, I did actually think it was very helpful to have, like, my jump back, everything we highlighted thing to look at versus the history. So I do think I will have to do this again, because that was super helpful. This is 1999. These picture backgrounds have lasers, bro. Yeah, I know. I mean, I feel like my kindergarten school photo, I have one of those real cloudy ass backgrounds. Okay, so we've got our crap to highlight and the things we have to look up. So we will want to look up Sam. Probably just the Roottrees as a general concept. Look that up. Look them up. Obviously, we'll have to look up Clark. My 1999 school year picture was maybe the most disgusting. disgusting picture of me. Oh no. It looked like my hair was made of grease and it was obviously bleach blonde half grown out and I had some sort of chunky necklace on. Was it a puka shell necklace? Because I would believe that. And I don't know, I have seen your prom photos. Those were, granted, those were iconic, do not get me wrong. But you are the pinnacle of fashion all the time. Let's see, let's refresh our memories about the clans of trust. 5 Ps. I mean, I feel like we're not going to get a whole, like, we probably won't get much difference in information between these two. But okay, so those are all good places to start. Let's see, was there anything more about... I don't think it was a puka shell necklace, but I would not be surprised if it had some sort of beach debris on it. Need to try to find a copy when I get home. God, yes. The most fashionable boy. Oh no, yeah, we went through this one. Do I already have Elias? Yeah, I do have Elias here. I'll just highlight that whole damn thing, because that I will definitely need to remember to hit. Just peel. No, that's so bad. Don't peel it for gel polish. Yeah, your nails are gonna be crunchy. I made the mistake of peeling off like a manicure or a nail salon gel manicure once, and it left this discolored bruise on my nail for literally over a year. Okay. Okay. They shouldn't make the peel so satisfying if they didn't want us to peel them. Yeah, I know, that's how they get you. That's why you just put, like, glue on your fingertips and peel that. There's an older version of this page in the Time Travel Archive. I love you, Time Travel Archive. Six Pieces, Unwrapping America's Sweetest Family by Sam Madsen was released in early 1999. This game got a Wayback Machine, that's what I'm saying! Holy shit. We're gonna have to use the Wayback Machine so much, I bet. Oh. According to the publisher's website, Six Pieces is an upcoming book by Sam Madsen. There are no further details about its content or release date. Let's see. Six Pieces, Unwrapping America's Sweetest Family by Sam Madsen was released in early 1999 and perhaps assisted by the still relatively recent plane crash shot to the top of the charts. Reviews were mixed, and its time on the bestsellers list was limited to only 2 months. Most reviewers agreed that the core of the book, about Samantha's fathers and the struggles they faced, was compelling and that the takedown of the hypocrisy of Elias Roottrees was well deserved. However, many took umbrage with the timing of the release and the tone of the book, which seemed vindictive. The fallout from the book led to the Roottrees Company scrambling to release a statement, and due to a conflict of leadership, famously released multiple conflicting official statements over 3 days. This confusing move was referenced in popular culture due to a late-night sketch about indecisionitis, but more traditional analysts have been calling it the Roottrees Rift. I hope that there is a separate page for indecisionitis. Oh, this is going to highlight a bunch of stuff that I probably don't want to highlight. Until I have, like, my little tree of it. But more traditional analysts have been calling it the Roottrees Rift. A few months later, due to Roottrees mania, the book re-entered the charts and sold even better than the first time. Published 1999, hardcover, nonfiction. Sam Madsen's book was released earlier this year and details the truth about Elias Roottrees as well as Sam's fathers, Edward Clancy Roottrees and John Miller. You helped verify her story, so much of the book's core contents are familiar to you. That said, Sam had some sections on other family secrets and rumors. Much of it didn't matter to the primary purpose of the book, and some of it is new to you and may be important to your new search. These sections have been added to your notes. Upcoming hardcover nonfiction. As this book has not yet been released, there is no additional information about this title. God, this feels like this is oddly accurate. This is like when I try to check the mark record of upcoming books that are like in processing in the catalog, and there's no information until it's in the catalog, and it's like, okay, well, you just imported all of this information from OCLC. Why do I have to wait until the book is in the catalog for me to at least, like, get some keywords to try to get people, like, an alternate title in the interim? Sorry. Talking shop. Let's go check out that book. Six Pieces, Unwrapping America's Sweetest Family. Oh, hey. Well, we can't... Talking shit, talking shop. I've been off work for 3 hours and I have not mentally left it yet. Sam's book has a few different passages about her own history with the company and the rumors and gossip she collected during that tenure. Loser Cafe, welcome in. Happy Saturday. I hope you're having a good day. She ran the farm for let's see, where were we? Own history with the company and the rumors and gossip she collected during that tenure. She ran the farm for a period starting around 1968 after the death of Elias Roottrees. So far so good? How's Strim? Strim going pretty okay? We finished the main story of the Roottrees are dead today. And now we are on to the DLC for it called Roottree Mania. And I don't know, it already seems pretty intense because it basically opened up with it's less of a family tree thing and more, well, I mean, it is still family tree stuff, but it's also like, now we have to track infidelity, which is, something. Oh, so Sam's daughter Gwyneth took over. Interesting. What is Gwyneth's name? Gwyneth Madsen. Oh, no, it's talking about the farm, I think. Oh, yes, okay. Because, her son Ernie becomes the president afterward. If you had to work today, I hope it wasn't too bad of a day. And that applies to people who are currently working too. I hope that it's a smooth one. Most of the relevant rumors coincide with the reign of Guy Hudson, who took over as president in 1978. Sam was very much not a fan of Guy, and according to Six Pieces, it was an open secret within the family. Oh, pardon me, my God. It's an open secret within the family that Guy was very much not a fan of remaining faithful to his wife, Patricia. Hey, I'm not calling you out. I'm trying to say that you deserve to be having a good night in the pizza graveyard, Cody. Oh, man, this guy sucks. Many of their hires at the time were young single women, and Guy often spent a lavish amount of money on private parties. Ugh. Who sucks? Guy Hudson sucks. I did find some sausage and gravy croissant crust pizza, so I think it will be a tasty night. Oh my God. Guy knows how to fucking party. Okay, first things first, that pizza sounds incredible, and it also sounds like your guts are gonna just go through hell eating it, but Godspeed to you, soldier. I wish you the best of luck. Okay, let's see. Sorry, pardon me while I type all of this out again, because it's just going to be easier than having some weird stuff that's highlighted that I don't actually want to be highlighted. That's my secret cat. My guts are always going through it. Yeah, I know. Rest in peace to your tum-tum. say, you know, for as much as Clark kinda sucked when we first met him, I will give, like, you know, good for him for hyphenating his last name. That's very forward thinking of him. Hashtag ally. You know, oh my god. You got in my head so quickly about, like, hashtag ally that I almost did just type hashtag 5Ps. Because I was thinking about how the fuck are my fucking sweeties peas. And I don't know. Slash Felix Fellows. And that one, that I'll probably want to, wait. But the music magazine, I believe the music magazine is defunct. I think that it did establish that pretty early on. Fucking miracle. Truly, the only reason that I hope that there is, like, more about the miracles is that I do enjoy doing my, getting an opportunity to be, like, goofy southern preacher. Oh, ADHD brain, I was like, oh, man. I have time to watch the X-Files tonight. I'm not really sure that I will have time to watch the X-Files, because I need to get a good night's sleep because I should be going to get tattooed tomorrow. Oh, I already had the Roottrees Candy Company in there twice. Whoopsie. Some late night Skulder and Mulliuties, though, making the tattooing easier. I mean, there is part of me that's like, I need to hurry up and get through where I'm at right now. Because I realize I haven't texted you any X-Files updates lately. But, like, I'm just in that stretch of bummers. Oh, I guess maybe you could have kind of inferred where I was at. But I feel like I'm, like, in a valley of just good episodes that are all bumming me out. Like, I don't know if it was just coming off of being sick and being emotional about all the things, but the way I cried when Scully's dad showed up to her while she was in her coma, and I was just, like, inconsolable seeing Don Davis every time I see him. I know the universe is full of love, and my heart can't take it. Yeah, that'll get you. You started a Twin Peaks rewatch a day or two ago? Oh. I was really sad that I didn't realize that Rucking Foughton was doing a David Lynch capsule collection until late last night. And so there had been a really good Laura Palmer wrapped in plastic shirt that was sold out. And there was like a Fire Walk With Me one too, that like basically everything was sold out at that point. And then they did still have a pretty good Wild at Heart shirt, but I'm in this weird place of like, do I want to own a Wild at Heart shirt? Because like, while I really enjoyed Wild at Heart, I know it was the point, but oh my god, like the Bobby Peru scene was just drawn out for so long that I like kind of went into a bit of a PTSD dissociative episode and had to like fast forward through part of it because I kept like trying to be like, it's okay, it's almost over, it's okay, it's almost over, and then it just kept going and going and going, and yeah. I always miss their drops. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. What I'm doing wrong is I don't subscribe to newsletters, and I'm not on most social media anymore. So I definitely, since I know that like most of their information comes through Instagram, I know I'm just never gonna be on top of it, unfortunately. Okay, where the hell were we? It was it was sort of tempting though. There's a local like cinema group in town that shows a lot of the classics. It's like a lot of older and foreign films in a really small theater space. And on Valentine's Day, they were screening Wild at Heart, and there was like, if I hadn't been sick, there's a chance that I would have like taken myself out on a date to go see Wild at Heart in the world's smallest movie theater. Okay, where were we? We were here talking about how Guy knows how to fucking party. That was 20 years ago, and Sam warns that most of it is hearsay. That would have been an experience. Yeah, I know. That was like definitely part of it, where it's like to be in a room with, you know, what, 20 to 40 other people seeing Laura Dern's titties. And yeah. Sorry, Laura Dern. You deserve better than me reducing you to titties, but you know. That's what happens when you watch Wild at Heart, is you're like, oh hey. Hey girl, hey. Okay. So that was 20 years ago. Sam warns that most of it is hearsay. Still, you find the following information that may be relevant. One of Sam's farm supervisors was named Elizabeth. Elizabeth had a daughter who Sam never met, who worked as one of Guy's secretaries. According to Elizabeth, a caterer from a local restaurant called Antonelli's met her daughter at one of Guy's parties, and they eloped quickly due to a pregnancy. Elizabeth wasn't aware that the party was for swingers. Rumor has it that her daughter showed up with Guy and didn't seem comfortable switching partners. Alrighty. Guy's main positive contribution to the company involved expanding to markets previously untapped by Roottrees. Is that a maple joke? Because we're in maple farming. However, when he went on trips overseas, they were often for weeks at a time, and Guy was known for spending more time and money on unofficial business than meetings with distributors and manufacturers. It was said that he bribed at least one politician to open a factory in Brazil. Oh, golly. We should also probably look up this Antonelli's, huh? What the hell shouldn't we look up? Okay. Since so much of this takes place in Butler County, why not? There is also a section where Sam speculates that Elias may have also cheated on Gwyneth. Gwyneth was always much kinder to Sam than Elias was, and was the first to invite Sam to family events. While she has no hard evidence, Sam always got the impression that Gwyneth was able to coerce Elias into allowing Sam back into the family using some kind of leverage, instead of it being a natural course of events. She mentioned that Elias and Gwyneth were known to loudly argue, sometimes about another woman. Sam also says her son Ernie once asked her, "Who's Beth?" because he overheard them yelling about someone with that name. Okay, so we've got our two Elizabeths. As far as Sam knows, Elias once had a secretary named Elizabeth. A different Elizabeth from the supervisor from the farm, but she never met her. Okay. Is that all we got? Wow, we even have this page hasn't been updated for at least 8 months and may now be irrelevant. When did this alert first pop up in the grand scheme of browsing the internet? Because I feel like I see that on some news sources now when I open up older articles, but I feel like that feels like a newer thing to me, but I don't know how true that is. The first few pages are filled with news results about the plane crash. Besides that, there are countless advertisements and conversations about the various products made by the Roottrees Candy Company. Most articles mention Carl Roottrees, who is the president of the Roottrees Candy Company. His daughters are also eulogized. You googly. Collectively referred to as the Roottrees sisters, they've been famous from a very early age. Okay. Oh, so we will actually be able to access. Definitely feels like no older than like 5 years of a future. Okay, I'm glad that I'm not the only one who's like, this feels new. So we can actually access exactly what we've seen before. Cool. So sorry in advance if I read something to y'all that we've read before. Enjoy the vocal fry of my voice. Much has changed over the last many months at the Roottrees Candy Company. One of those things is its website. Well, let me see the actual website, game. Although during your last search you only got a good look at the history page, the design itself has clearly become much more sleek and very corporate. Gone is any history focused on Elias Roottrees. Instead, the site seems to focus on the present status of their candy offerings, with high-quality glossy JPEGs of each of their products. There are also some small ads for Root, which is the clothing company owned by the Roottrees Candy Company. There is a small section at the bottom that lists the president as Clark Rafferty LaRue. A short bio mentions that he was responsible for some of their marketing before taking the reins after the unfortunate plane crash. There's also a small memorial section for those that perished in the plane crash, including the Roottrees sisters, Carl and Brenda, Kurt Johnson, Mark Sanchez, Trish King, and Eliza Nicholson. Elias and Gwyneth Roottrees were never really celebrities, but the general public's perception of them as classic faces associated with the Roottrees Candy Company has always been in somewhat high regards. This was Elias's intention as a family man with his family brand. Since Six Pieces, the candy company has placed much less of an emphasis on Elias as a historical brand-connected figure, but there have also been those who have argued that it was his right to decide how to split his inheritance and that he did nothing wrong. I'm not sure that we want to say that this man did nothing wrong. This has led to some heated television exchanges and countless op-eds. The first Anderson Maple Farm only used to be a popular tourist attraction during the summer months when it had special tours. However, it has since seen an explosion of off-season business as some religious and political groups decide to visit to show support for Elias and Gwyneth's traditional values and financial rights. The rise in support was in turn followed by pickets from gay rights activists when some particularly inflammatory organizations made their pilgrimages. Amongst all this conflict, the farm has since shut down, seeming indefinitely. The website says, "Check back later," but has no date listed. The quotes from Bess Williams' book appear to have been taken down. Oh. Oh darn. So is she also just gonna... Okay. Still no live notification. And it's 2 hours later. I'm sorry, Void. That's some shit right there. It's going to be the first Anderson Maple Farm or just the Anderson Maple Farm? This is a personal attack. This is a personal attack on our friendship. Someone get me the CEO. Bess Williams was an author born in the late 1800s. Oh. Huh. I guess I never actually looked her up. Bess Williams was an author born in the late 1800s. She lived just outside of Miami and died tragically young in a major hurricane that struck the area in 1926. Anyway, welcome in, Void. I hope you're having a good Saturday. I hope you had a good week in the OR. Information about her... Oh, pardon me. Big boy Kitty is in my bed, so I'm carefully laying around him so he won't leave me. Oh, big boy Kitty. I loved the picture that you posted of Twitch has the opposite problem of Depop. It sends me notification no matter what I do. Have you considered pants? Like what? Depop's asking you if you've considered the vague concept of pants? Information about her or her book Family Man seems to have faded over time due to lack of interest. Oh, re-released during the height of Roottrees mania. Okay, so we need to go to the library catalog for this. Bess has a minor history with the Roottrees. Her only notable book, Family Man, is widely considered blatant propaganda about Elias Roottree. It had been all but forgotten until recently when it was re-released during the height of Roottrees mania. There's a site dedicated to hurricane statistics that also mentions Bess Williams. The Bocadoro Library, not far from where she lived, was partially destroyed in the hurricane. When they rebuilt, they named the non-fiction section after her. Uh-oh. The library was expanded again in 1950 and then closed in 1963 when multiple larger libraries opened in the surrounding area that made it redundant. Have you heard of Y2K fashion? Or perhaps shoes? Bitch, I will run a magnet over my whole phone. Yeah, that's, yikes. Softcover nonfiction anthology, a reprinting of an old book about Elias Roottree. It's blatant corporate propaganda. Oh, we can take a picture of him again, huh? Well, that seems pretty damning. Because we weren't able to get a picture of EC, were we? Yeah, even when we zoom in, we can't get a picture of him. So the fact that I mean, it may be a red herring. We were told there would be more red herrings. But it does seem pretty damning that we were able to take a picture of Elias again. The dictionary defines propaganda as information, especially of a biased or misleading nature, used to promote or publicize a particular political cause or point of view. But if they were to replace that definition with a picture, because those are worth 1,000 words, it would be a picture of this book. The book tells you nothing new about Elias, and from what you know of his true feelings towards some of his extended family, I mean, are we calling your children extended family? You're not sure if it tells you anything true about Elias either. The reissue of this book was so lazy that they reused the famous photo of Elias from Business Watch, whose copyright had expired. The best thing it has going for it is that it's only 85 pages long. Yeesh. Another off-topic thing again, but there is a Goodreads screenshot going around where someone gave a book 1 star because the review reads like they have literally no idea what anthologies, short story collections are. Oh no. Oh, please send that to me. Considering the ways that I'm not involved in book talk in any way, shape, or form, but I keep seeing, like, watching hour-long videos of people basically just reacting to book talk and some of the hot takes there, like, I'm in danger. Hi, honey. Oh, okay, bye, Char. Okay, So we have the 6 pieces, we've taken that. Okay, and there was nothing out of from the maple farm. We can look for Root. The Root website has a small memorial section to the deceased. Oh, no, don't go there. Fashion scholarship. Oh. The Root website has a small memorial section to the deceased members of the family, but it contains no new information. The most recent catalog, spring 1999, had an entirely black cover with no text on it. On the leadership page, you learn that Root is currently managed by a designer who is apparently Brenda White's second in command. You don't recognize her name, and she seems unrelated to your search. There's also a scholarship page. On it, you find information about the Roottrees Sisters Fashion Scholarship. It is awarded to 3 underprivileged high school girls each year who wish to pursue a career in fashion. Apparently, it also gives them an opportunity to show off their designs on professional models on a real runway. I skipped dialogue, these paragraphs are too long. Yeah, the one about, like, if this whole page is a paragraph, I'm skipping it. Yeah, when I basically just watched those reactions to feel violent. According to the site, the fund was created directly from shares that would have contributed to the inheritance of the Roottrees sisters if they were still alive. Like other aspects of the Clancy Trust, it's managed by Ruby Legal Enterprises. Okay, I want to see the old Root site first. Okay, that's right, because that's where we found out about Carly. Ruby Legal Enterprises is the name of the law firm that has been hired by the Roottree Candy Company. The company is named after its head lawyer, Ruby Spratt. You can't find much about the company from before this year, though all the articles tell the same tale. After the fiasco of 6 Pieces and the revelation that the Rootree's internal law group was complicit in such a cover-up, they hired outside counsel. Well, I mean, considering the fact that it was, like, Lauren's brother and his son who were the lawyers, it seemed like, or it was a whole family line. No, it was Lauren's father and one of her brothers that were the internal law group. Yeah, of course it was going to be a little shady. The Ruby Legal Enterprise Group now seems to have ties to multiple aspects of the Roottree Corporation, including the Candy Company and Root. They were recently in the news due to a high-profile lawsuit they raised against Cicely Sanchez. Do we have anything about Ruby? I should probably put down Cicely. Sisley. Oh, once again, real bad at this. Ruby Spratt, like her legal company, is relatively elusive. The most complete source of information you can find from before her time with the Roottrees is from the website for a magazine owned by a major airline. That's all we got. We don't have what the magazine is called, so I can see such an article. She was the subject of one article from a recurring series about modern-day success stories. Ruby grew up in foster care but excelled at school and earned a scholarship to study at Mid-Eastern University. There, she graduated at the top of her legal class and was quickly hired as a lawyer for a prominent firm. There are a few high-profile corporate-involved cases she was a part of. One was a legal consultant for a class-action lawsuit against a manufacturer of steering wheel covers. Another was to help a local gas station chain in her hometown of Portland with the rollout of a promotion that allowed gas station customers the ability to bet on the price of gas. Bitch, what? The blurb ends by calling her new firm a double threat. Her company's services are a cross between a traditional lawyer and a PR manager. Yikes. Mid-Eastern University is a notable private college that advertises itself as midway between Maine and Miami. Their mascot is the Spectres, though they are not known for their sports programs as much as their education. Their legal and language departments are their pride and joy, though they also have fairly extensive computer science and robotics programs. Along with other prestigious schools that haven't quite reached the notoriety of Ivy League schools, some refer to it as a Little Ivy. Oh, that's cute. The college has embraced this, calling their newspaper the Herald, which is a combination of Hedera, the scientific name for ivy, and Herald. Their website boasts that they have a historical technology museum on campus, including a still-functioning computer from the 1960s that takes up a full room. They also have a printing press that they use to print one special year-end issue of the Herald each year. Hedera! Oh shit. Wow, that was I didn't think that was going to work. And I'm a little scared. Ruby Spratt graduated top of her class from the Mid-Eastern's Legal College. Her valedictorian speech was somewhat controversial at the time, as it was quite serious, with a heavy focus on wealth inequality. This didn't go over well with the predominantly middle to upper class audience in attendance. The editor of the Herald at the time said, Ruby, unsatisfied by simply earning her place at Mid-Eastern with a full scholarship, went on to earn a captive audience of her peers with a perfect GPA. It felt like the ideal occasion for a celebration of an undoubtedly incredible individual. However, by the end of her speech, there were many in the audience that wished that neither of those events had transpired. It was a passionate attempt to use her soapbox to proselytize her fellow students and their parents into the religion of poverty. But unfortunately, judging by their silence, they remained unconverted. Ivy League schools are often considered the most prestigious in America. Thank you. Interesting that it provided... Oh, I guess because it does have, like, the... Here's what American schooling is like. That might be considered relevant. Oh! This would have told me. Instead of just, like, taking a shot in the dark. Okay. Appears to be available in your periodical archive. Cool. Now let's figure out who this Cicely Sanchez is. Cicely Sanchez is an author best known for Portrait of a Changed Man, released in 1979. Her follow-up, Foreign Gospel, 1984, did not perform as well critically, but still sold quite respectably. She has written a few more books since then, including a biography of Van Gogh, but her first two are her claim to fame. According to a site about authors, Cicely is known for her nonfiction, with a focus on exploring darkness in the human psyche. Recently, Cicely appeared in a magazine called Picote with an article about a book she had been commissioned to write for Guy Hudson. The magazine and Cicely herself were immediately issued a cease and desist due to its inclusion of pictures that she never had the rights to publish. The issue was pulled from store shelves, making it an instant collector's item. Okay, so we've got like 3 things to pull from this, right? Portrait of a Changed Man. Published 1979, out of print, softcover nonfiction. The book's description has this to say. What if everything you stand for, everything you know to be true today, could disappear in an instant? All of your politics, relationships, gone in the blink of an eye. would you still be you? Cicely Sanchez tells this powerful true story about a man who woke up after being saved from drowning in his backyard pool and became an entirely different person. Included are interviews from those who knew him best before, as well as a one-on-one chat that paints an entirely different picture. You won't be able to put it down without wondering, what if that were me? Foreign Gospel. Published 1984, out of print, softcover nonfiction. Foreign Gospel tells the tale of a man from the Catholic Church who claims he was told by God that he should travel to Thailand and began to preach, specifically with the goal to convert 10,000 people. He returned to the United States after just over 2 years, claiming to have succeeded. This book tells his version of the story, but the author, Cicely Sanchez, also traveled to Thailand to investigate these claims and talk with some of the so-called converted. You're not going to catch me in a pool, so couldn't be me. Yeah, right? In an issue that focused on a talking toy fish and the demonic messages it supposedly said as the batteries ran low. Is it that, or did you just have the fish set to evil? That is your problem. You got it set to evil fish. Pico T had an article about a cancelled book by Cicely Sanchez. The book's subject was Guy Hudson, and the issue was said to contain pictures that Cicely did not have the rights to publish. Because of the pictures, the issue was pulled from store shelves, making it the subject of some conspiracies, and an instant collector's item. Due to this recall, the version found in these archives is incomplete. The doll's trying to kill me and the toaster's been laughing at me. Basil Bob? Could this popular gift be filling homes with satanic messages? I mean, Big Mouth Billy Bass tells me to kill. Okay, what is this magazine even about? Because it's got the fish that says satanic messages, Cicely Sanchez reveals Roottrees secrets, plus this utensil that will help you lose 50 pounds? Hey magazine, what's your deal? This was the article of Pico T magazine that contained an article. This was the issue. Contained an article about Cicely Sanchez. The story concerned an unreleased book she had written about Guy Hudson. It seems that it used photos of Guy that Cicely did not own the rights to publish. Unfortunately, the magazine was issued a cease and desist by the Roottrees lawyers. The magazine was pulled from shelves, and the version you found in your periodical search had the relevant pages removed, rendering this magazine useless, unless you want to read about a potentially demonic fish toy. Yes! 1,000% yes! Where is that article? Can I search for Basil Bub? Basil Bub? Bastards. Let me read about the fish! Okay, what have we looked up so far? We've followed up on all of those. Bussy Bub. And we have read up on Cicely Sanchez. Since we're here, let's just go ahead and clear out that note. The Bocadoro Library no longer exists. You find multiple libraries in the area. According to the website for the library system in Miami, the building where it once sat is now the Miami Print Museum. Searching for the Miami Print Museum, you come across their website. It states the hours and a list of exhibits. The building is very small, admission is free, and they only have room for a few different displays. One of the exhibits is their courtyard, which includes a fountain as well as a statue of an unknown author. The picture has been added to your evidence. Another is a printing press that was used by the Miami Sunday, a now defunct weekly newspaper. The last is an original print of Cuba by Cubans, an art book. Okay. Let's see. Oh, why didn't that go away? Whatever, that's fine. We don't have enough information about either of those to make them worth our while, but I would be curious to follow up on both of those if I can figure out anything with the photo that we were provided. Okay, so all of that just comes, the Bocadoro Library and the Miami Print Museum share a spider search page. Okay. This is a statue in front of the Miami Print Museum, formerly the Bocadoro Library, north of Miami. It sits in their courtyard and, according to their site, is said to be of an unknown author. Oh no. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? She wasn't dead at that point. She lived for 8 more years. Oh, God. Okie dokie. Well, that I hate that. That sucks a lot, but that is, that feels right. Okay. Well, nothing there. It's gonna yell at me if I don't have a author and book title. Let me do keywords. I can do keywords at work, damn it. Okay. Clark Rafferty LaRue is the new president of the Roottrees Corporation. This does not include Root, which appears to have its own new leadership. Interesting. In early March of 1999, about 5 months ago, it was announced that both Clark Rafferty LaRue and Ron Roottree would be taking over for what was essentially described as a transitional period in the aftermath of Six Pieces. About 2 weeks later, the company released a press statement that thanked Ron for his work, but announced that Clark was the new permanent president. Most of the information about Clark you knew already. Many descriptions of him tend to focus on his advertising career, and that his mother was Lauren Roottrees. Few seem to touch on his complex and volatile marital history. Since taking over, Clark has tried to remain out of the spotlight, but did have one notable foray into the public eye. He gained a lot of support when his first move was a statement in favor of accepting Sam and her family into the trust. This also served as an announcement that the Clancy Trust would no longer be handled by anyone in the family, since due to their financial motivation, none of them could ever be impartial. You know what? Good for him! Oh god, that's right. I forgot that there were all of these names. Shit. Ron was announced as president of Roottrees during the Roottrees Rift, but the next press release immediately reversed the announcement, instead stated that Ron and Clark would take over. A few weeks later, Ron was dropped from the title entirely. There are hundreds of results about this development, but most articles are retelling of basic details. Some veer into heavy speculation based on an article about Ron in Business Watch. Okay. Meanwhile, this sax man is going crazy sexy in the background, right? Ron has also done some interviews saying that the truth of what went on behind the scenes was not something he wishes to discuss. Instead, he hopes to release a movie about it someday. 3 weeks ago, Ron's mother, Gwen, died in Paris, France. He and his brother Robbie have seemingly made amends. Okay, you know what? Like, I know we found some real hot goss. We're just gonna... Ron. Okay, Hi, honey. I know. I'm getting hungry. Charlie is clearly hungry. So I think that this is a pretty good place to pause for right now. Because otherwise I just saw a new Tumblr phrase that I fear has immediately leaked into my vernacular. Oh, do share. But it was like I went straight from working to streaming, and I am really tired. You think I'm scary? Scary how? Scary like a Dracula? Oh my god, that is good. What? Enables search all for periodicals? Oh, that shit's wild. Makes certain puzzles significantly easier? Yeah, I bet. Okay, there we go. Anyway. I know, Miss Cha, I know. We're going right now. But, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and... I'm a secular root beer! Oh, don't let me forget that. That's very good. Yeah, I'm actually gonna take a picture of it. I hope that y'all are still having fun with this game, even though we beat the main one, because I'm having a lot of fun with it still. But I am gonna go ahead and take off, just because, yeah, I've had I've had a very long day at this point. I've basically, like, been working for almost 12 hours straight at this point. But thanks for stopping by. Thanks for being here. Thanks for Roottreeing with me. Because it's been a minute. I wish I could have been able to, like, get back to this sooner. You must feed to Charlie, it's true. And to Lucy. Yeah. She can take or leave it. But the Charlie... Charlie's gonna cause chaos if I don't feed her soon. But oh my gosh, I'm sorry. This always happens. Like I try to start finding like who we're gonna raid, and I just get kind of distracted because then my brain's like, you can wind down. It's okay. It's safe to do. And then I'm like, oh, okay. Okay, brain. I believe you. But yeah, thank you. Thank you for being here, and thanks for letting me have some fun before I kick off my weekend. Especially because I have another 3-day weekend today. This one I gave myself. This isn't because of a holiday. But yeah. I'm just happy to be here. I'm happy to spend time with y'all because you're very special to me. Is that too sappy? Okay, hold on for a sec. No. You put that hammer the fuck away. We don't play that here. But okay, I'm gonna go ahead and take off for the evening. Oh my god, Charlie's being so cute right now. And I hope that you have a good rest of your weekend. And yeah, I'll see you when I see. I don't know when I will see you just yet. Like maybe there is a chance that I'll be able to take some time on Tuesday to do a little something. But we'll see. Cause I don't know. Just try and take this week. Okay, I don't. Go get inked. Watch X-Files. Yeah. I mean, if I do get tattooed, I hope I'll be able to come by while it's still real gory and be like, look what I did. But anyway, I'm gonna go and stretch my legs. So with that, I will take off. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to others. Stick around for the raid. And I appreciate you. And we'll see you again real soon. Okay, Charlie, I hear you. Alright, Her Majesty is calling me, so be good. I'll see you soon. Bye.